Hey guys, I'll get to the highlights from today's game in a second. Michael Kay and John Sterling in the booth together for the first time in 20 years. This is going to be fun. If you've been perusing the stats, as I tend to do during spring training, just checking to see how everybody's doing, you might have noticed that Miguel Andujar had not hit much. He was hitting about 133. Turns out he's been suffering from hand and wrist issues. He tried to play through it. That probably made it a bit worse. Anyway, this kills his chances of making the opening day roster. He probably wasn't going to be on the roster anyway, but there was always that chance, given his history, that he might hit his way into a spot on that roster. But now it looks like he's probably going to start the season in AAA, if not on the injured list. All right, I'm going to turn on the game and watch it. You'll see the highlights, and then I'll be back with a reaction.
I'd be doing this, but I'm so glad that I am. Now stepping in for the play-by-play, here's John Sterling.
Harmon's first pitch. And there's a fastball strike. 2 for 13 before the force out. Didi hits a drive to deep center. And there's Hicks to make the running catch. Runners lead. Here's Harmon's 1-2. Struck him out swinging. Now the 3-0 is ripped to left center field and caught.
App is a little, shrimp cocktail. That's an app for you.
And the 0-2. Well, that's the Yankees' problem. Urshela bangs one to left field. There's a base hit. Pitch is cut out of Mr. in 2000. This is McCutchen, and Kutch hits a grounder right back to Herman. And there's the 0-1 on the breaking ball. Well, I guess the count was 0-2 because he is struck out. A great change by Herman. Was the best looking pitcher he had seen this spring.
Grounded to first. There's one. Fires to second on the hop. Nice stab there. Strike 3. That is hammered to left field. The base hit for Sanchez. Torres rounds third. He's coming home.
Yes, especially with. Oh. Got it.
Nice. That one's driven deep to center field. Hicks back. He's on the track. Turns. Looks. It's off the wall.
Homer.
Stanton bangs one to left center field. A base hit to score 2 runs. And the Yankees thusly.
So Domingo Herman, great once again today. He's been very sharp this spring. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, his first walk of the spring. He's got 12 or 13 strikeouts now, has not allowed a run. He's been basically unhittable. And in the first inning today, his curveball was not breaking very sharply, but he made an adjustment, which is really important to do mid-game if you're a pitcher and something's not working. And he got it together, and near the end of his appearance, he was throwing almost nothing but curveballs. He had really good command of the fastball. We saw the changeup a few times, didn't see the changeup as much today. He seemed as if he was working on his curveball, but no matter what he throws, he's been basically unhittable. He seems like he's just turning off the world and just focusing on the mitt, and he is locked in, and I hope he can keep it up. I really enjoyed the Michael Kay and John Sterling reunion. It was great hearing these guys talk about classic moments. We heard him talk about Scott Brocious and his 2001 home run in the World Series. Same thing with Derek Jeter, and how Michael Kay was kind of ribbing John Sterling behind the scenes and made his voice kind of mess up a little bit. I just thought it was great hearing these kind of behind-the-scenes things, and I hope they do this more often. When I grew up, that was all I listened to was Michael Kay and John Sterling, and it was like watching some kind of a bizarro Yankees spring training classic. It was really, really fun, and I heard they're going to do it again next week, so I'll definitely tune in for that. I tell you, I like the way that Gary Sanchez looks at the plate this spring. I like that he's getting his front leg up a little bit earlier as the pitch is coming in. This is something that allows him to wait a little bit longer before striking with his hands. He's nice and balanced as the pitch is coming in over his center of gravity, and that allows him to wait just a little bit longer if he needs to go to right field. Now, he's not going to right field a ton, but he's really driving the ball well this spring. I went back and watched a little bit of Gary Sanchez from his rookie season. Some of those highlights where he was red hot. I think he hit 20 home runs in 53 games that year. and he hit close to 300, and he was definitely getting that left leg up a little bit earlier as the pitch was coming in. So I feel like he's maybe made an adjustment, something that over time he had gotten much later with that leg kick, and hopefully going back to an early leg kick and being balanced will help him get his hitting to where we know it can be. It's definitely worth talking about how good Giancarlo Stanton has looked this spring. We saw the big home run the other night. Today, he hit the ball hard every single time up. His first line out, the reason I put it in the highlights, was that it was over 120 miles an hour. I think it was 120.1. And then his single to left center was over 110 miles an hour. So he is scorching the ball this spring. That's a really good sign for Giancarlo. Just stay on the field. Please, 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 just stay on the field this year and do some major damage. If you are new to the channel, here's a rundown of what you'll find here this season. Pre-game shows and post-game reactions from most Yankees games. I also do a podcast, 15 to 20 minutes if it's solo, 30 to 45 if I have a guest. Also prospects, rumors, and breakdowns. And don't miss the Martian Tracker, where I will post periodic updates of the Yankees' #1 prospect, Jason Dominguez, as he makes his way to the major leagues. Please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. I'll see you next time.